The rabid Trump hater on MSNBC, Joy Reid, she's paranoid. She's paranoid that President Trump will refuse to leave office. Before we go to the details in this report, a quick note. Some of our viewers have found themselves unsubscribed from our channel, so please double check that you are still subscribed and you have your notifications enabled. And if this is your first time watching, I want to welcome you and invite you to join the over 1.3 million people who call Next News their home for conservative news and thought by tapping that subscription button down below and hit that notification bell. Mark Finkelstein for Newsbusters reports, yes, not sure about the heartland, but paranoia is certainly striking deep on the set of AM Joy on MSNBC. Host Joy Reid devoted an entire segment to discussion of the supposed serious possibility that President Trump would refuse to leave office after 2 terms, which is the constitutional limit of the 22nd Amendment notwithstanding. Reid.
The killer whale show was once all about the spectacle, but now?
Right now, SeaWorld is at a point where we are evolving our killer whale presentations to more closely reflect our conservation and education mission.
The shift coming almost a decade after a SeaWorld trainer was killed by an orca. And then, the widely viewed documentary Blackfish that challenged the practice of using captured orcas and others bred in captivity simply for entertainment.
Did Blackfish force you to realize it's time to shift?
I think Blackfish was a poignant moment in our company's history for sure.
SeaWorld says they're changing the killer whale displays at each of their parks, San Diego, San Antonio, and now Orlando, to be less about music, tricks, and dancing.
There's a vein that runs along the inside of each lobe of their tail flukes.
And more about education. Morgan Rickey works with the whales.
We're definitely still going to have the wild behaviors, but what we're doing is we're explaining the why.
But critics are a few minutes later.
42 years after the first Star Wars movie appeared, the final chapter in the saga is finally here. Now, everyone knows that the rise of Skywalker is going to be a big global cultural event. But what people don't recognize is how much that first Star Wars movie ended up shaping the big global culture we're all swimming in now. See, back in the day, when I was a kid, only serious nerds, and I was one of them, really cared about starships or hyperspace computers or blasters or aliens. But then in 1977, Star Wars changed all of that. Star Wars kind of made everybody a nerd. And then some of those nerds went out and rebuilt the world. From smartphones to genetic engineering to GPS that works via orbiting satellite.
President Trump has escaped the political chill in Washington and is at his new official home in Florida. Chip Reid is traveling with the president.
President Trump began his 2-week working vacation on a positive note Friday night, signing a $738 billion defense bill for next year.
That's the highest amount we've ever spent on our military.
The president noted one item in the bill that's of special importance to him, a new branch of the military.
This is a very big and important moment. It's called the Space Force.
But Mr. Trump arrived in Florida under an ominous cloud, courtesy of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, who recently promised a Christmas gift to the U.S. in response to its refusal to lift sanctions on North Korea. U.S. intelligence officials tell CBS News a North Korean intercontinental ballistic missile test could occur soon, most likely after the first of the year. That would be a major setback for Mr. Trump's efforts to reach a deal with Kim on eliminating North Korea's nuclear program. Earlier this week, the president made his concerns clear.
I'd be disappointed if something would be in the works, and if it is, we'll take care of it, but we'll see. We're watching it very closely.
Over the next 2 weeks here in Florida, the president is expected to do a lot of golfing, a lot of tweeting, and a lot of strategizing to prepare for his impeachment trial in the Senate, which will probably begin sometime in January. Rena?
Chip Reid traveling with the president in Florida. Thank you, Chip.
All right, with just 45 days until the Iowa caucuses, voters in that state are starting to narrow down their choices for the Democratic nomination. Our national correspondent Gary Tuchman spent last night with that same group of voters watching the debate. He's in Iowa for us this morning. Good morning, Gary. What I find so interesting is you watch this debate with the same group of voters every time. What did you learn?
Every time, Poppy, all 6 times. We watched it with 11 voters here in Johnson County, Iowa. They do think that all the candidates did well last night, but the one who took their top honors is currently not one of the top tier candidates.
We've watched all the presidential debates with the same group of Iowa Democrats.
Who do you think is the best of the state?
Klobuchar and Biden. Klobuchar and Warren. Klobuchar.
Amy Klobuchar was picked by 10 of these 11 Johnson County Iowa.
That's all, folks.